Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Catherine, the Big Vision Coach, and welcome to what are we doing? It is Find Your Vision, part 6 of 7. Wow, what a beautiful journey this has been so far. And I am just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who's been tuning into this and who is have been sending me wonderful messages. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the feedback and the encouragement to keep doing this because sometimes I'm going to be honest, if you I don't know if you've ever done broadcast, put yourself out here, but sometimes it feels a little bit like you're shouting out in the wind. But to know that what I'm saying and doing is making a difference for you, ah, that's what this is all about. So thank you so much. I wanted to remind you that if you are watching on Facebook or in Instagram, to be sure and like the StreamYard app. And you can find the link to like the app in the description. It's usually towards the bottom. And what that does is it will allow me to see your questions and comments, which I definitely want to see. Okay. Pardon me. Let's get into this. Oh, hang on. And I am attempting this without my glasses today because the light was so bright. Bounced it bounced off the screen into my eyes and created a glare. So we are working on the lighting situation here. Hey, if you're wondering where I'm broadcasting from, I'm in my little casita here in North Texas, and at the mother-in-law cottage, but in North Texas, and I just love this little space. It's not decorated fancy or anything else. This building actually belongs to my sister, and so I can't quite make it my own. But it is so comfortable, and I'm so grateful to have this space. Now I'm going to just kind of paint a picture for you where I am. My daughter has a really nice size 2 lot property here in a little teeny town in North Texas, and I share the yard. I have my own private little driveway. I've got a covered porch in this little, I guess it's a little bitty 1 bedroom RV, I guess honestly is what it is, but it also has the cover over it. So we've got an extra roof. And at the end, I've got a swimming pool. And then what's out beyond here is a beautiful field with rolling hills where we get to catch the sunrise. And so it's just a little comfy corner of the world. We've got 9 pecan trees and a whole bunch of flowering bushes here. And so it's just so comfy here. And I just love getting to have the kids nearby where I get to see them every day and play with them and talk with them. So that's the little slice into my life right now. So that's where I am. That's where I'm broadcasting from. Okay. So in finding your vision, good morning. In finding your vision, we had this quote from Arnold Schwarzenegger. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to have a very clear vision, and you've got to have the fire in the belly and go out and not be shy with working because it takes a lot of work. And that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I want to talk a little bit about that fire in the belly. And this is what we are going to be doing our commands around today. When we have our vision, we've talked about so much about um, one, how it has to align to our values. We have to be able to see ourselves doing it. We have just talked about all these different, we've talked about what blocks your vision. We've talked about ways that you can support it. But really today, what we need to talk about is the energy of that vision. And, what's going to fire it up. And this is a wonderful image that really, when I'm imagining walking you up through the 6 steps of Theta, this is part of what's in the back of my mind of what's happening here. Okay. So, what we have is the connection to the earth and the creative life force energy at the bottom of the earth. Above is that infinite potential, right? That unmanifested reality. And then we have that connection of source that's this pole of light. It's coming right down through the top of your head, and it's aligning to you, and the creative life force energy from the earth is coming up to support you physically, and all of that is managed with your energy body and your physical body. And there's a belief system about chakras, which are energy centers in your body, and each one vibrates at a particular level, causing it to have a particular color. So we're going to make this very, very simple. But the way to think about these chakras, these energy centers in your body, is to think about them in terms of being like circuit breakers. As this energy exchange is happening and aligning to you, okay, these are like circuit breakers, and each one needs to be open in order to allow that flow of that creative life force energy coming up through your body. And then we can get into the Kundalini creative energy that's at the root chakra and all of that. But I want to keep this kind of simple and focus on some key elements today. When we are thinking about that fire in the belly, we're looking at that yellow center. And that yellow center in the body corresponds to your solar, pardon me, to your solar plexus. Okay, the solar plexus is that little bundle of nerves, kind of just above your stomach, just below that your rib cage there, right in the center. And that has its own neurological center. It's like a little brain in your belly. Okay, your heart center, which is the green, it kind of looks like we're going from yellow up into the blue, and there's this little green area. Well, your heart chakra is actually two colors. It's actually pink and green. We're sending out and receiving. And that is like the center of your wisdom. And that also is a neurological center. And then we have our brain, right? And then we could look at where it starts to go from blue into that kind of indigo color. And that's that third eye right there, or that brow chakra. Okay. So we have these three main neurological centers: the brain, the heart, the solar plexus. Okay. These are always communicating. And when we talk about alignment, it's your heart and your mind. Your mind is actually programmed and directed. Like if you could say, okay, this is the logic, but it's also like the searchlight. Okay. And that is where like our intuition, what draws our attention. Hey, we literally have to program our third eye to open up to be able to see a new potential. Not just see the evidence of what's already been created, not just be willing to accept how the lens of your reality is being presented to you, like my beautiful glasses. Maybe it's time because I can't quite get them to kind of clean up, but I love these glasses. But it's getting to where it's harder to see through those, right? Not just the prescription, but maybe it's just I've used them too long. They're too old. I tend to keep my stuff a long time. And if I really want to get clarity, what do I have to do? I got to clean that lens. Well, it's the same with that third eye chakra. We've got to be able to train that third eye. We've got to direct it. Okay. And this is also our not only able to see out into the world, but this is the lens to our inner knowing. Okay. And this is where we get imagery. At the base of our throat is our throat chakra. The throat chakra is our communication, but it's also telepathy. And so it's the message that we are sending out into the world and receiving from the world. And we have to um, actually kind of charge that up. We've got to get that redirected to where we're having a new conversation with ourselves about our reality and our potential. And we've got to retune that so that we are sending a different message out into the world, kind of like if you would think about sonar on a submarine, and they boop boop, they're sending it out, they're looking for particular images, right? Well, we've got to adjust that frequency of the message that we're sending out. Why is that important? Because whether you know it or not, the world is always receiving your message. You may be upset with a friend or a family member and not say anything, and you may even act the same. Maybe you don't even talk to them for a while, life, but they're going to know how you feel. How are they going to know how you feel? You haven't told them, they haven't seen your facial expressions, you haven't acted a certain way. They're getting that message. We are literally receiving all the information all the time from everything, everywhere, all at once. But it's through the conditioning of our mind, right? What is aligning to us, what's important, what's not important, our circumstances. But it's also what are we attuning to? And as we attune to it, whatever it is that we want to create, attract, manifest, we have to align our tuners, right? We have to align our receivers. These chakras don't only send and radiate and regulate, they also help to attract. Okay. Years ago, I taught a class called 7 Chakra Wealth Coaching, and people told me that is their favorite class that they've ever taken. And someone said, keep talking about it, keep doing it. And I thought, I don't know. I think I said everything I need to say about it. But I do want to mention that class, 7 Chakra Wealth Coaching, all of those recordings from the first 2 years, I think I did 3 rounds of that, from the first 2 years are located in the CatherinePerry.net Join Our Free Community, in that private community that's off Facebook. And it's free to join. And inside there, you'll get all of these recordings from the Daily One Command. You'll get archives of programs like 7 Chakra Wealth Coaching, where we are literally walking you through all of the chakra system, and where you're clearing and activating those chakras so that they can begin to assist you in attracting and manifesting your heart's desire. Okay, so be sure and tune into that. Okay, so what are we going to do today? What we're going to do today is I'm going to ask you to think about what it is that you want to attract, create, or manifest. We always talk about what is your chief aim, and this is the big picture ideal, not idea. Like, yeah, that would be cool. Idea like, I don't know, I kind of have an idea. I might look at affiliate marketing. Well, but if you can't go into ideally, what would that look like to serve you? How would that work for you, right? If you can't really get a crystal clear picture and put yourself in that mode and see yourself doing it, you're not going to do it. Even though right now you can't know how that's going to turn out. It's kind of the paradox, okay? You've got to have that ideal. You've got to know what you want. You've got to be able to put yourself there. But what are we going to experience? We're going to experience an idea greater than itself. Okay, well, good morning. Good morning, Miss Lenora. Good morning, Mr. David. I'm always happy to see you guys. And thanks to everybody else tuning in. I see we have several people on from different channels. So be sure and say hello. Hey, if you like this, or if you put your little heart on there, I can see who else is here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we want to charge up your energy body with your vision. I don't know. I woke up today and I said, "What are we doing, Spirit? What the heck am I going to talk about?" And it said, "We need the energy." If you would think about something as simple as a flashlight, and you want to be able to use that flashlight to light the way like your vision does, right? Your greater vision, not the ability to see. What do we need? We need batteries. It needs to get charged up. And that was the exact image that came to me. It's like we've got to you've got to charge your battery up so that one, that vision can become brighter, brighter, clearer, clearer, right? There's greater acuity, so you can see more details, more of the nuances there, right? And then you would have the energy to take action on it. Because otherwise, it just kind of stays in your head and it's kind of a wish and a wanna. Well, you're no wannabe. You're not a wannabe. Say that. I am not a wannabe. I am a creator. I am not a wannabe. I am a creator of my reality. Let's claim that right now, right out of the gate. Who's ready to create? Okay. So I am. How about you? Okay. So I'm going to keep this image here right now, and I'm going to be taking you through different parts of your body, okay, and charging you up. And then we are going to do some commands to support this the, this awareness. This is really more of an awareness exercise, okay? All right. So first, I just want to invite you to just focus on one main outcome, that greater vision. So, um, and you might go, well, I don't know what I want to do. Don't think about what you want to do. Think about what you want to be. I want to be free. I want to be. I want to be living in an abundant life. I want to be in happy, fulfilling relationships. I want to. I want to be someone who's doing meaningful work. Think about that being. Right now, you don't know how you're going to create that. So just breathe into that, be present. And right now, where you are now, and the state of being that you want to experience, between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. Between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. So just fill that space up with love. And when you think about being free, being independent, being in abundance, being in a wonderful relationship, just being happy, we have that greater idea and greater experience that we're holding in the future. But to what degree are you holding and being in that experience now? Remember, between knowing and not knowing, there's love. And right now, in this moment, what are you grateful for? Are you being grateful? Are you being open? Are you being loving? To the degree that you're able to, are you being the best version of yourself? And even if you're judging yourself as no, honestly, you are. Even though you may have a sense of greater capability, right now, you are. So when we said between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love, right now, you don't know how to love and accept yourself. You don't know how to be in acceptance. And even though Where you are may not be in your standard. You may have an idea about being in pain. Pain is just part of the process. It's part of growing and stretching. And then we think, hey, if I feel bad, I must be bad. You are not bad. You are a creator. And maybe you unconsciously created this. Maybe you didn't understand what you were creating. So, right now, just love and accept yourself as someone who is learning and growing and who continually chooses to improve. You do. You can't help yourself. The moment you're aware of something that's no longer serving you, that's holding you back or is holding harm for someone else in some way, you do something about it. And for that, I'm grateful to you. No one ever says it to you. Thank you for the work you do on yourself. Thank you for the ways that you make the world better. And there's no small ways. So between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. Right now, we're just going to invite love to be our guide. And that is centered in your heart. And if love were in a form that you could see and know, maybe represented as a person, maybe an ideal, maybe it's an etheric form, maybe it's someone that you loved greatly, maybe it's an ideal version of yourself. I don't know how love appears to you as a guide. I only know that love is appearing to you as a guide now. Remember to breathe. And right now, let love know what you want and need. Do you need a solution? Do you need help? Do you need something tangible to come into your life? Let love know what you need right now. And ask love if it will help you create it. There's no finding, there's no buried treasure. You are a creator, and love is your assistant. And when you get your answer from love, and maybe love just will accompany you and support you, but this is your journey, and love is in service to you. The ultimate Sherpa. There we go. And just as we're in this heart center, as I'm tuning into the group, as I'm tuning into you right now, watching or listening, the words are coming in as that is to prepare your house. And that would be like preparing your temple, and that's your heart. So, right now, we're with the assistance of love. Just let that heart area, your temple, be swept clean, windows opened. Open the doors. Let that fresh air flow in and the old stagnant air out. Let everything that is no longer of service to you, everything that you're tired of carrying around that you don't need anymore. Just like we talked about clearing clutter in your home, let's clear that clutter in the temple of your heart. Any bitterness, any resentment, any old grudges sitting hanging out in the corner. And we are just going to let that light of love do the work. And wherever you're putting your attention on your heart, that light of love, like whoosh, it just cleans it. Just let love do the work. Beautiful, beautiful. Breathe in. You might want to lift your chin slightly, pull those shoulders back. There we go. As we're opening our ability to receive and send out from our intention. There we go. All your gifts. That's what we're sending out. Now we're going to direct our attention to the solar plexus. And it's always represented as this golden light. And in your mind's eye, and in thinking about your chief aim, that ideal that you are actively creating, that state of being, as you tune into that, imagine a fire, a beautiful campfire, and how beautiful and mesmerizing they can be. And as you tune in to that golden center, represented as a campfire, or it could be a fire in a fireplace, how does that flame look? Is it just kind of embers right now that need to get stirred up? Are there teeny flickers? Does it need fuel? Is it burning out of control? How is it represented in your mind's eye? And as you and love are together here now in front of this fire, what needs to happen to this fire in order for it to give you enough energy, enough inspiration, to give you enough willpower? What needs to happen? And now, the moment you identified it, now look at the fire. What do you need to think about, tell yourself, or remember for that fire to be correctly adjusted? Does there need to be venting, right? Do we need to add logs to the fire? Do we need to stir up the embers? What needs to happen? Simply be present in your mind's eye. Breathe in. There we go. And as you're looking at the fire, there can remember there's some things that were in our temple that we no longer needed. Maybe there's some things that need to go into this fire. And there's two ways to think about this fire. One, maybe there's some things you just want to go ahead and get rid of, and you could throw them into the fire so that whatever dense energy is in your body, whatever blocks are happening physically, are released into this fire. And as they're released, convert it into pure energy. But also there's this other idea about fire. And sometimes when we have a new intention, there's a process of writing your desire onto a piece of paper. And you write it out. I am rich beyond my wildest dreams. I am, I am, I am. I am beloved and appreciated and part of a wonderful tribe that loves and supports me and who I love and support. All of my needs are beautifully and abundantly met. And I have the power to create whatever I want, need, or desire by my command. Those are suggestions. But what do you want to write on your piece of paper? Beautiful. Fold it up, bless it, and cast it into the fire. And as that piece of paper burns and the smoke of the flame goes up, it's going up through your heart. And follow that flame up, eyes closed, roll your eyes up. Picture, visualize, or imagine that you are traveling up a pole of light. The higher you go, the faster you go. Witnessing that desire being sent directly to the creative planes. This field of manifestation, open potential. Here's your command. I don't know how, and then state your desire. State what you wrote on that paper. I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. And let that go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Eyes relaxed. And now feel yourself coming back down into your body. And as you're starting to come in, there's a whole new download of information, whatever skills, attributes, abilities. Everything you need to fill that space in your heart, whatever you've emptied out the rooms in your temple, what is coming back in to serve and support you, to nurture you? What's coming in to keep that fire lit? And now just allow that energy to continue all the way down into your hips as you feel your connection to the creative life force of Earth. And everything within you now is opening, 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 aligning to this vision. Bringing your attention to your throat chakra. In your mind's eye, imagine it's like an old-timey radio dial that you are tuning in, and you may want to use your hand for this and to literally dial at the base of your throat as you are tuning into and attuning to the fulfillment of your desire. I don't know how I am communicating from a higher vibration to the world, and I am receiving the right information. I only know that I am now receiving the right information. I'm receiving the right feedback, and I am divinely guided, and I can trust this information that I am receiving, and I can trust myself to communicate the correct message out into the world. I only know I am having a whole new conversation with myself and with my world, with my creator, and with love now. And I am fulfilled. Bringing your attention back to your heart. Thank you, love, for being our guide. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for the courage. Thank you for the inspiration and the guidance. Thank you. I bless you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Ooh. What did you notice? What did you experience? I would love to get your feedback on that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end on this now. And I just want to remind you that if you would like to get some support or help in getting clarity on your vision and breaking it out and coming down into those action steps, and then have the support in fulfilling it, hey, that's my jam. That's what I do, and I would love to help you with that. And the way to do that, I have the description. I have that link right there in my the description here of today's broadcast, and just click on that link, and that will take you to my appointment calendar. All right, my friend, I'm going to go ahead and let you go until next time. This is Catherine Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye bye.